My earliest cooking memory was with my father at about the age of 5. I remember sitting on the counter while he was making pancakes and showing me that you're supposed to flip it when the bubble starts to come up on top. Being in the kitchen, it puts me at peace and it lets me figure out what's going on in my life and what I want to do next. When I got out of the Coast Guard, I realized I want to open up a restaurant. It was really important for me to figure out how to make my dream come alive without having to spend all this money because I didn't have it. I remember I had a talk with one of my SS1s, and he literally told me, if you open up a restaurant, you're going to become a drunk and a failure within 2 years. My name is Lamont Brown. I grew up on the border of Mexico and El Paso, Texas. We had a really big family. There was 13 of us in one household at one time. Just seeing my mom hustle day in and day out, trying to figure out how to manage what we did have to feed so many kids. Being in the kitchen, it just reminds me of how loved I was. I was always interested in cooking. It's a way of not letting go of your childhood and those memories. When I was 8 years old, my biological father passed away. Growing up in El Paso and having the friends that I had, I kind of went down the wrong path. I couldn't hold down a job. I was doing a bunch of drugs. I was getting in trouble. I had a lot of warrants for my arrest. I did have quite a bit of debt, plus $10,000 in fines that I had to pay. My sister was in the Army, and I hadn't seen her in 4 years. I got a knock on my door, and I just see this look of disgust on her face. She just told me I had to do something with my life. In 2003, I joined the Coast Guard. I actually signed to get shipped out a week before my 28th birthday. Starting in the Coast Guard, a lot of the people that were in boot camp were still in high school. So I was surrounded by a bunch of kids. I felt secluded. We lost our FS specialist, which is a cook, and I was nominated to cook that patrol. Being in the kitchen alone cooking, it helped me find myself. I got to deal with a lot of my emotional and personal problems, doing something that I loved. And when I got out of the Coast Guard, I realized that that's what I wanted to do. I had a talk with one of my supervisors, and he told me, you're never going to be a restaurateur. This is my superior. That happens a lot in the military. We get talked down to. A lot of restaurateurs, they forget the passion behind it. I wanted to make sure that that didn't happen to me, so I came up with the name Maya's. It's my daughter's name. So I have to make sure that I live up to the standard in which I want her to live up to. The Coast Guard did provide the means of me opening up the restaurant. However, they didn't give me the financial know-how to budget. Not having a lot of investors or anything like that. I went ahead and took some of the equity out of our home to build this restaurant. The biggest financial hurdle that I had to go through was not paying myself for a year and a half. There was some hard times, but my wife, Amy, is kind of like my godsend. She allowed me to live my dream. Being able to stretch your money, I think I learned that more from my mom and my upbringing. Opening up this restaurant, that's basically what I did. I had one lump sum of money. That's all I was going to get. Instead of hiring somebody else to do the work, you have to do it yourself. Building this place is quite an experience. I wanted to make sure that this restaurant embodied all my heritage and my past in the food. Some of the dishes on my menu now are from what I used to eat when I was a kid. My mom should make us papas and chorizo, and my brothers and sisters and I would put pancake syrup all over it. Here we add local honey. Our menu right now is about 80% local. I wanted to make sure that we could sustain ourselves with the community. We wanted to be a neighborhood restaurant, not a tourist location like most of the places out here. And when COVID hit, the community came out and supported us. We didn't feel the pressure of losing all the tourist money like most businesses did. Right now, we're very fortunate. The business is doing better than it's ever been. It's almost instant gratification. Being able to follow out the food and watch somebody eat it and it put a smile on their face is why we do it. I just want vets to know that when they're getting out, you can start all over again and figure out how to take the good of the military and put that in your next chapter. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it.